Hey guys, a while back I did a video on how to do a hydro service on a hydro gear transmission 3400 3200. Today I'm going to show you how to do the hydro service on this Pro Stance. It does have the hydro gear 3400 transmission, so in that video it's the same exact way to do it. There is just a couple more steps you have to do on the Pro Stance to be able to do a hydro service. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So the first thing you guys want to do is get the mower up in the air and remove the rear tires. Once you do that, the two extra steps on the Pro Stance that you have to do for the hydro service is remove this bracket here, and there's also a bracket on the bottom here that you have to remove. I'll go ahead and show you guys. The socket you have to use to remove this little side cover is a 3/8. So you have the one bolt here and two up here. Once you loosen those, just go ahead and push that out of the way. The reason you want to remove that is because inside of here, that head bolt right there is what you remove for the system to bleed the air out of it when you go ahead and fill it. The second extra step that the Pro Stance takes is you have that side plate is the first one. And the second one is you have this plate right here that you have to remove. It's the skid plate for the transmission. You have to remove this to get access to the filter here on the side, okay? So, I'm gonna show you guys how to remove that. These bolts are 9/16. You have two back here and one up front right here, and I'll show you guys. You can barely see the front bolt, but it's right here on the front. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this cover for y'all. So now that I have the bottom skid plate removed, I can get right here to my filter cover, then I can get to my filter, and then once you replace the filter, put your filter cover back on, then reinstall your skid plate, and then that's when you want to remove your the bolt up top for the bleed, and then you can and reinstall that side plate that we took off over here, and then put your tire back on and do the same process. Another difference I want to point out on this Pro Stance, it is a newer one. On the old school Pro Stance, there were two hydro tanks and they were located on the back pad here. You would pull down the pad and have two separate tanks. On the newer style, you have one single tank that feeds both sides. So say you're doing the hydro service and the left side started coming out of the bleed cap, and you plug it off, okay? Well, just because the left side is full doesn't mean the right side is full. So you want to make sure that before you reinstall the top bolts, you make sure that oil is coming out of there so you completely fill both transmissions. And then once you're done with that, you'll go back to the single tank and make sure you have the correct amount of oil inside this tank here. Make sure you guys are running the machines once you're done in the air. Do not do the hydro service and just put it on the ground and drive. You want to make sure you bleed the system properly. I hope this video helped. I know it wasn't like me breaking down the full hydro service. Like I said, I just want to go through doing the hydro service on the Pro Stance, since there is some differences from the last hydro service video I shot. So that's how you do the hydro service. I'm going to put the link in the video on how to do the full hydro service on a hydro gear transmission 32 3400 series. You guys can go watch that video, and it will completely break down on the full process from start to end on how to perform a hydro service. This video is a simple how to do it on the Pro Stance. I'm not changing filters or doing the oil or doing the bleeding process in this video. It's just strictly showing you guys how to do the same steps in the first video, but on the pro stance. Make sure you guys come see us at Cutting Edge Lawn Equipment and get the service you deserve. Visit our website